Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Ladia Akbar Ajila. My item is 24 and I'm from class 8.5. So today I will explain about Indonesian lesson and the title is Review Text. Review text, according to Delman, is a term used to assess the strengths and weaknesses of a book or work. Of course, the creation of a review text has its own purpose. What is the real purpose of creating a review text? Following are the various purposes of review text. There are 10 purposes of review text. And number 1 shows the reviewer's view or assessment of a work. Number 2, providing information to the public about the accessibility of a work. And number 3, help the reader to know the contents of a work. And number 4, provide information to readers about the strengths and weaknesses of the work being reviewed or made a review. And number 5, knowing the comparison of the work with other similar work. And next, number 6, provide comprehensive information about a work. Number 7, inform and invite readers to ponder, think about, and discuss the problems contained in a work. And number 8, give consideration to the reader whether a work is worthy of being enjoyed or not. And number 9, facilitate the reader in understanding the relationship between a work and similar works. And last, number 10, give consideration to readers before deciding to choose, buy, and enjoy a work. To distinguish review text from other texts, of course, you must understand what are the characteristics of each text. In order not to misunderstand what text you are looking for, you should first know the text. The following are the characteristics of review text that distinguish it from other texts. The first, number 1, the structure of the review text consists of orientation, interpretation, evaluation, and summary. Number 2, load information based on the views or opinions of the author. And number 3, opinions written in the review text are based on interpreted facts. And number 4, has another name, namely reviewer. And number 5, discuss the background and relationship with other similar books. And number 6, contains opinions and descriptions regarding the content of or meaning in a work being reviewed. And number 7, or last, is have an assessment of the strengths and weaknesses of a work reviewed. The correct order of the structure of the review text is the identity of the work, orientation, synopsis, interpretation, evaluation, and summary. Work identity. The structure of the review text must include the identity of the work. The identity of the work usually contains title, author, publisher, year of publication, page thickness, and book size. Orientation. Orientation is the first of main part in the review text. Orientation describes a general description of a film, book, song, to literary works and other works of art which will then be reviewed. In this orientation section, the author will provide a complete explanation to the reader regarding what will be discussed later in a review text. Synopsis. Furthermore, the review text must also include a synopsis of the work. The synopsis of the work included in the text of this review is in the form of summary that describes the author's understanding of the contents of the work. Interpretation. The second structure of the review text is interpretation. Interpretation is a detailed explanation of a work being reviewed. Usually, this interpretation discusses starting from the parts in a work, the uniqueness of the work, the superiority of the work, the quality of the work, and so on. Evaluation. The next section in the review text is evaluation. The author will write down his evaluation in the form of the author's view of a work being reviewed. This evaluation is usually written after the author has finished getting an interpretation of a literary work being reviewed. In this evaluation section, the various parts that have the value of the advantage of a work will be mentioned, and also mention the shortcomings contained in a work. Summary. The last part is the summary. The summary is part of the review text which contains the conclusion of the review of the work being reviewed. In the summary sections, the author will write his comments on the work he is reviewed, whether the work has good quality to be enjoyed or not. Okay, that's all for my explanation. I'm sorry if I make a mistake. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.